Alright, guys, it's that time to update the LR tier list. We had a pretty powerful LR come out, another fun tag character, Golden Frieza and Gogeta. Feel like we could probably make a pretty compelling and probably correct argument, by the way, that they are currently the best utilization of the tag mechanic, right? I think so. I do like what Gohan, Goten, and Trunks do. They're also very different. I think that there is a lot of value in the characters being like super mega different. Whereas like, I think with the Blues, for example, they're kind of just, both strong Saiyans, right? The 10th anniversary fusions are just, kind of like both strong Saiyans, but one's geared more towards offense, one's geared more towards defense. I don't know. I feel like the recent two tag LRs have been pretty good, though. Let's just jump in. The top of this list, we don't need to spend too much time on. Mainly right now, the content I'm really considering for this. So, the GDC special battle, of course. I think that the Supreme Magnificent Battle, the Next Generation Saiyans, matters quite a bit. And then after that, maybe like Shadow Dragon Boss Rush or something, but Festival. It's like, I don't know, dude. I see people trying Festival, and it just makes me think it's the hardest fight in the game. Like, easily. Easily. Like, when I see other players go in there, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the hardest fight in the game. Like, no shade at my beloved Iron Cane, but like, he could walk into the Goku Black and Zamasu fight and go, duh, and like, just win, right? Like, but, it's like Festival and stuff. It's tough. It's funny. It's a very, controversial event, but, I would like some performance in there. I would. We'll get to it when we get to it. Let's just start with the top three. I think that these characters are a level down. Some people they still do it. What? The gods and the Super Saiyan 4s are split up? Yeah, this character is not even, dude, no way. Especially, they're one of the stronger characters on Golden Frieza and Gogeta's team. And, they're pretty much like number 2 or something on that team, but they just don't, man, I don't know. The gods, just, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, it is incredibly difficult for him to die. The gods, I wish, dude, I wish. Whereas Gogeta has that super attack counter, the gods have nothing matching that, dude. They're just a guard with defense character, and then they've got dodge. And in my opinion, their dodge is too fucking small. This should be a high chance to dodge right here. And then with every rainbow orb, if you can get 5 rainbow orbs, they have 100% dodge, sure. Because guess how often you're going to get 5 rainbow orbs? Basically never, right? Especially because they don't have extra key per rainbow orb, right? So you're not going to get 5 rainbows. Like, if you get it like once every 6 months, sure, you deserve it. You got it. But like, this should be high chance to dodge. And then, you get 3 orbs and you're at 80% dodge, rainbow orbs. You get 4 rainbow orbs, you're at 90% dodge. And those are the dodge percentages they're giving out to characters. But, the gods, they die. Like, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, once you transform into him, when has he died? Like, he doesn't die. The gods do. But they're very good. Like, it's still, like, they're still easily, like, top 10. Their orb changing is crazy. They are a great stacking character, for the festival battles. You do have this, but this is pretty uncommon right here. It's good when it's up, but, pretty uncommon. Super Saiyan 3 Goku could be very effective in a lot of the content right now because he's dodge. So, it's, unfortunately they decided, let's just make the power so freaking high that no character can tank at all, which is just, it's terrible. So, like, we're gonna need, you gotta adapt, and we gotta be rocking a lot of dodge characters. What's funny is, in the GDC level content, this guy is like a fish. Like, he dies so easily if you're going into, like, Goku Black fight, or, the Gohan and Goten and Trunks fight. Like, this guy could get killed easy. Now, if we're taking him into Festival and he's able to stack up, he could be a behemoth, right? If we're going into, like, a Red Zone fight that's, like, 10 turn-ish, right? Like, he can also still be a behemoth. But, like, there's that window when he first comes out where he's not really that tanky anymore. he's got to build up a little bit. But he has great support capabilities and 2-turn support capabilities. Very good. And then I have Tech Vegito right here. Tech Vegito is just much better than AGL Gogeta. Well, I mean, up until... I mean, it's weird. This guy is... The AGL Vegeta is just, like, terrible, basically, right? This guy is a god. But I've found that the AGL Goku... The second form is mostly meaningful in festival battles. And I find the AGL Goku to be much better than this form. And then when it comes to the fusion, right? I think the AGL Gogeta, like, is better. But it's situational. If you have time to stack this guy out, he's still the best, like, character in the game. But you have to have the proper time to stack him up. And then he's number 1 still. Right? He is. Like, it's... That active at the end of festival and shit like that is so silly, right? So that's the order right there. So now we can move into pretty much the GDC level characters. I already talked about Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but it's just very simple. He's just a much better version of the gods. The gods also could be victims to dodge canceling, whereas Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is not, because this is a nullification, right? Back when they first came out, they were an even match, because the counter was a dodge back then. If you guys remember, back in 2022, this guy's counter was a dodge. So I thought that the gods and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, they were like the same thing. Because also, he didn't have that, did he? He didn't have that. Yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't. So they gave him the scout, like this was just an update where they changed nullification, like counters and the nullifications. And then they gave him the Scouter with his EZ8, and he just separated way, way from the gods, right? I know that they're, like, spot next to each other, but, I mean, I think there's a gigantic gap in between 7 and 8. Next, we can go and grab Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. Now, I'm going to tell you all this. This top 6, it's tough, dude. And, I mean, we can move, like... Okay, some people would see a character like 6 or 5 here, and they would get, like, super offended. But, like... I think that these 6 are all really good. And you've got... To me, I feel like... The blues are 1. I'm just going to say that. And I'm just going to install them in right now. The other 5 slots, 2 to 6... I do feel like you could really have a lot of different ways to make that. I do. I think you could rearrange it many different ways. This character is really good. Gohan, luckily enough, doesn't really have many restrictions, because bond or parent and child, that's pretty easy to have, right? You know, this you could trigger with his active skill. He basically just needs a rainbow orb, but you could use this guy on the fusion team, a lot of different teams. On kind of like specifically their team, we can go into Trunks and Goten, and they're one of the most explosive characters in the game. Obviously, the youth team, I mean, you're going to get a lot of losses, but really, most of these teams, you're going to take a lot of losses. I would say the Blues team would probably be the most consistent. Them or Omega. I think those are kind of like the 2 best teams. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's GT Hero team could get slapped around a bit. Super Bosses could get slapped around a bit. The Golden Frieza and Gogeta team, it's funny. You have, like, a lot of characters who could survive on that team. It's actually comedy, but the problem for that team is truly damage. It is. Like, because, you know, we could run, like, PyCon, all these characters who can live, right? Broly, Chan, Lemo. Like, we could actually live just turn after turn after turn after turn, but eventually one of these characters is going to fail their dodge, and we get instantly killed because we don't have any, like, put-away power. Whereas, like, you know, Trunks and Goten end fights, right? Like, Omega, washing the team in support, you're ending the fight quick. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, like, being, like, you know, just so much damage, it's unbelievable right away. You're ending fights quick. So, anyway, yeah, there's that. I guess, kind of like what I've been talking about has been the next character up, which is Golden Frieza and Gogeta. Again, like, sitting down, thinking about characters, using them in different types of content. Where are they? Oh, my mouse was blocking them. I was like, I know I added them. They're right there. But again, dude, you could get this character high up. You know what's funny, too? This is where some people might, you know, like, brace yourselves. Like, Golden Frieza and Gogeta and Gohan are not as good in Festival as the others are. They're not as good. Omega counts as well, but Omega, I mean, he's leading damn near the best team in the game, right? Like, so I give him a little bit of a pass. Whereas, like, I mean, we're running Golden Frieza's team and we're fighting for our fucking life. Although, we could just run him on Omega's team, and this guy helps. Dude, the reason this guy, you could argue, you could get this guy, I could change him to number 2 easy. This shit is really good, dude. It's just straight up. This is the Beast Gohan active, except it's like he could do a turn 1. Like, dude, like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. That is so good. I was trying to drill it into people's fucking skulls in 2024. Tech Broly is awesome. Probably my favorite. I think he might be my favorite, like, designed character of 2024. But he's not fucking Beast Gohan because he doesn't have that active skill that Beast Gohan does. Beast Gohan controls the fight up until you use that active skill. And, I mean, Golden Frieza kind of has the same thing going on, right? Again, we could toss him on Omega Shenron's team, and he will give us a free turn where we basically can't be killed. And meanwhile, Omega Shenron is fucking pummeling the enemy into dust, dude. Right? So, like, it works out really good. And, of course, Gogeta is excellent, but their team needs to be filled out. I mean, we could use this character on the Blues team effectively. You know, we could run them in Festival and they can kind of do a little bit, but, you know, there's definitely much better options over in Festival battles, right? Okay, so next, I'm actually going to put Rose right here. This was the hardest one for me. Rose, and then I got Omega next at 3. Dude, here he is right here. I struggle with this. It's just because Rose is like a Festival Battles dominator, man. Like, he decimates the end of Festival Battles. Omega, like, we pretty much can't really run him effectively. Omega would be, like, if there was a villain version of Vegeta and Trunks, like, Omega would be good in there, right? Like, it's, the thing is that Vegeta and Trunks and Omega don't have a shared setup. If they did, Omega could perform at the end of Festival Battles, though, if he had Vegeta and Trunks around. I mean, that's the thing that really, like, puts Rose and the Blues and EJL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta into such a level, right? Is Vegeta and Trunks. And that's why, like, the baiting about Vegeta and Trunks, it's like, okay, like, they're a Festival Battles character. And what they're meant to do, Vegeta and Trunks, is to make, like, this character, like, going toe-to-toe at the end of Festival. Making this character go toe-to-toe at the end of Festival. I guess we might as well, I mean, it's Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's next, obviously. I already filled in who's number 1, so we can get number 2 in. Again, remember, you guys, you can rearrange this in a lot of different ways. I find Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta to be so explosive. He could put a lot of these fights down so quick. I think I definitely could see Omega at 2. I just would really, like, if we're going to go top 2, like, Gogeta can crush Festival. Literally one of the recent videos we had Gogeta, I think it was the video I did on the mission, where I had Gogeta, he just outright tanked Glorio's 17 million super. Like, it's, you know, like, Gogeta is way better than people give him credit for. Like, you know, people will do, like, they go on Twitter, they do, like, their bait screenshot to make a character look bad, and then people, like, think that's reality. Like, it's just like, oh, fuck! Like, that's, he sucks now. It's like, no, he's actually one of the gods of the game. Omega is just, like, he's just drenching the team in this and in this. Omega, I think, could struggle a bit. Like, once, like, kind of, like, his intro wears off and stuff, like, I think, like, the team could start to struggle a bit, but you're actually outputting so much damage with his intro, right, that it's like these fights, you know, these GDC fights, Supreme Magnificent Battle fights, they just don't really last that long with Omega's team. But eventually, it does start to get pretty scary for the team. And it's not really an option, per se, in Festival, right? So there's that. Rose is just really, 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 really strong. Just kind of like a traditional, like, guard, damage reduction, hard-hitting character, right? Zamasu, for the most part, I've found to have not much of a point besides just the Zamasu active skill and giving that permanent stats right there. You know, a lot of times I'm doing these Festival runs, we pop this, and then Rose is doing, like, you know, 130 million attack stats and shit like that. Like, it's really crazy. So there's that. The Blues is just this simple. I think they dominate the entire game the most effectively. They completely decimate festival battles, right? They're like a must run because the hardest part about festival battles is Glorio and Daimagoku. Because the fusions, you have 4 turns to take them down. Daimagoku and Glorio combined have almost as much HP as the fusions, but you only have 3 turns. So they are really, like, they were very tough at the start of the year. But now you get there, you put Vegeta in slot 3, and he executes Glorio. Like, is just dead. Like, this dude does so much damage once you get towards the end. It's crazy. And then what you could do with this active skill, he starts to get so nuts. This active is up, and Blue Goku could tank the fusion super attacks, by the way, after attacking. Gets really nuts. Then there's the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks fight, right? Where it is one of the hardest fights in the game. Because you have Trunks and Goten who are doing so much damage. It is kind of like a race against time. Like, you gotta get one of them out quick. And then Gohan's got dodge canceling, and he starts building up, and it gets very difficult to tank it. But, you could use Goku's active and then allow him to dodge, too. So, it's like this character across the entire game is just like, they're the best. Like, I'm very confident in saying they're number 1. I feel like the correct position for them is number 1. I'm pretty adamant about that with their performance across the entire game. Again, I know some people want to pretend Festival Battles doesn't exist or doesn't count, but they're adding missions to it. I mean, sorry, guys. They're making characters for it, adding missions to it. Guess what that fucking means? Means it matters. Sorry. Tough. You lost. So, Blue Goku dominates there. If Festival didn't exist, I could fuck around and have Omega at 1, by the way. Like, I could even get him up to 2, but I was really struggling. I do want Rose in front of Omega, but I just as respect to how dominant Omega's team is, I feel like this looks good to me. This looks good. Golden Frieza we could put up with his active skill. I really like Gohan. I feel like Gogeta, there's a gap here. I don't know. I really like these 6 ahead, although Gogeta, of course, is better in Festival than Gohan and Golden Frieza for sure, easily. So there's that. And then here's kind of like this version of it. So let me know what you guys think about the top 10 LRs. We do have the EZA LR Golden Frieza, who I think could maybe get placed on this list. We'll see what'll happen. I don't know if I'll update the Dokkan Diamond. Maybe I'll wait a little bit. We'll do that every couple of months or something. But let me know what you guys think. Thanks guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.